Hi, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing a Halloween DIY project using the all-new Cloches Mould by IOD. Hope you enjoy it. The first thing I did was I mixed up some clear resin. Make sure you give it a good stir because you want to make sure that the resin is mixed well so that way it does set properly. So I'm going to fill up my mold, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a popsicle stick and I'm going to push the resin around just to make sure it gets in all the cracks and all the way up to the edges, just so it is a perfect mold, because there's nothing worse than demolding something and you've missed a spot. So you can see I have a lot of bubbles, so I grabbed my heat gun and voila, a little bit of heat and the bubbles are gone. So I let that set overnight, and now for the demolding. This is probably one of my favorite parts. So I'm just going to pop this out. I have 3 here, but we're just going to talk about this one today. You'll notice when they come out, they're a little cloudy. So what you just do is you need to take a little bit of clear varnish and put it on, and look, they become shiny and you can see through them. What a difference. Because what I'm going to do to this, you're going to definitely want to see through it. Plus, it makes it look nicer. And you can see that there's no bubbles or anything set in the mold because we did heat set it. Okay, so I decided I needed to do a skull with a raven sitting on top of it. Since it's not even October yet, I figured that this would be a fun project to do and share with you in case you wanted to make it, because the IOD new 2024 release is on Tuesday. So I wanted to have this done because you'll have a whole month to do some Halloween crafts. So what I did was I just simply cut them out. We're going to reverse decoupage these on, and I'm going to go ahead and put decoupage over the entire back just so it makes the whole design look even. I don't want to have any shadows of wherever I put the decoupage medium. I did use ultra matte. Now I'm flipping back and forth just to make sure I'm putting my skull and raven in the proper place. So when I flip it over, I do like it a lot. Look how cute that is. All right, so next, with reverse decoupage, I'm going to use just a little bit of black paint. I should have probably used a smaller brush for smaller drops, but it still turned out okay. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this brass copperish paint just to give it a little bit of some more background. And then I'm going to paint the backside the same color because I want this shimmer metallic color to go through just for an effect. So when I flip it over, you can see it's still clear on top, but behind it, you can see that metallic paint. Now I need to apply 2 layers of mirror spray. This was one designed for plastic. Since I'm using resin, I used the plastic one. Now look at that. Isn't that just amazing? So whenever you use the mirror spray, you should always seal it the back with black, just in case you missed an area. But it just helps the mirror mist show up better. So I'm going to give it a nice coat of black. And then watch when I go ahead and I turn it over, you're going to see why we add the black. So there we go. All right, so now I'm going to take a little bit of this silver wax paste, and I'm just going to brush on the decorative part of the cloche. Now, I really like that you can see the skull and raven now, and when I put the silver wax paste here, it kind of hides it. So, yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have left that clear, but I needed to do it because it sticks out and it just goes with it. So after I put on the silver, I'm adding a little bit of the honey gold on top of the cloche here. You can see behind that metallic paint is coming through, but now on the parts that stick out, I'm using the honey gold, and it's just adding some more dimension. I'm going to hit just the edges of it with not very heavy at all, just a little bit for accent, very light. And finally, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of black on top. This just adds more depth, more layers, and I really like the way it looks. So I'm also going to go ahead and do a little bit of edges, and then a little bit in the front, very, very light. So there it is. What do you think?